What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Today's episode is a special one. We're getting back to building in our valley. We took a little hiatus the last couple episodes where we built a storage room over there and we also built a nether hub, and both of those things were in preparation for building our little farming village that we're going to make down here. And I have a little bit of a layout already planned. And so what I have to do to start is keep going with this layout system, get the paths in, figure out where I want some houses, what I want in the area, terraform a little bit if I need to, and we'll go from there. And eventually this entire area will be finished. I also wanted to go ahead and thank you guys for all of the support on the last couple episodes. You guys are awesome, and I hope that you guys stick around and continue watching the series. Welcome aboard, because we're just getting started. This valley here is just the beginning of what I have planned and what I want to build in this world, because I want this world to actually be a forever world. I want to continue building in this world for a long time. So once again, thank you to all of the new people joining in and joining us on this journey in our world. But without further ado, let's start working on our farming village. Okay, I've done a little bit more work on the paths, and the paths lead down to the town center down here. I've also put in a bunch more plots for some houses, and these might change. These aren't fully determined yet, but I'm going to play it by ear. The way that I'm going to do this episode is I'm going to pick and choose little ideas to do, and bit by bit, it's going to form this village. So the first thing that I want to build is I want to build over here. I want to build a little rabbit farmer's house. So there's going to be a house here, some rabbits in a pen, and then some carrots over here, and maybe a tree or something to be in the background of this house. But I think this will be really cool little rabbit farmer's house. Let's jump into time lapse and let's get to building. Here is our little rabbit farmer's house. It's looking pretty cool. I like it. Here are the bunny rabbits in the little pen right here. They have a little coop thing that they can go into. And the house is looking good. I built a carrot field over here and a tree over here. I think these lanterns need to be hit with my axe. Or maybe I already did. I don't remember. Oh wait, no, I did already. Okay. Alright, they're good. Never mind. I have to redo that one. Because I want them at this stage right here, I think is the coolest looking stage. A little worn down, I think looks really cool for the vibe that we're going for our little town here. I also built this well over here in the center of our village. I've been making little shorts of little builds here and there around the world. It's a good way to stay committed to the world and add things here and there. and it's a good way to grow the community that we're trying to build here. Now, I have gathered up a good amount of resources here, and I have more over at the storage room over that way. And what I want to start doing now is putting in a couple more of these houses around here, and maybe a tree back here, or another field right here with a tree. Something like that would look good. This space here I'm going to leave open for something else. You'll have to wait and see. But yeah, let's jump into a time lapse, and let's build some houses. Here we have the couple houses that I was working on. We have this one over here. We got this one here. We used some shelves for a flower bed. That's pretty cool. Nice brick chimney. And then we have this house over here where I used the shelves as these wood panels here. I think these came out pretty good. We also did a flower field back here, as well as a custom oak tree. And it fills in the area pretty well. Now, when I said that we're going to be jumping around in today's episode and just getting stuff done, I meant it, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm actually going to make a little fishing hut right here, with a little balcony right here, so you can fish in the river. Just because there's not a lot of water in this area, so it's hard to put fishermen anywhere. So I'm going to put a little fisherman's hut right here. So let's go ahead and see what we come up with. Very nice little build that we have going on up here. Fills in the space along the river. And then up this way, I think we'll do some more, maybe a field here or something. And then all the way up here is where the lumber mill is going to be. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm actually going to do a building that I've wanted to do ever since I planned on doing this little village. And this building here is going to be one of the main attractions for the little farming village. People on their journey come through the village. There's going to be stalls here. They can trade goods from the farmers. And then they're also going to have this building here, which is going to be a tavern. Now they're going to be able to go to the tavern on their travels, get a good night's rest, get a little drink or something, and then be on their way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this be... I don't know where the entrance is going to be yet, but I'm going to have, like, the upstairs be, like, some rooms, and then the downstairs will have, like, a little bar area with some tables and stuff. And then I also want to, I think, probably over on this side, we'll have some spots for people to hang up their horses so that they can spend the night at the tavern and then be on their way. And then this building is really going to make this whole entire village look so much better. I already have an idea of what I want it to look like, and it's going to be a somewhat similar style to this building up here that we made, where there's a bigger upstairs area than some of these smaller houses. Let's go ahead and let's build a tavern for our farming village. This tavern build is looking pretty cool. The interior needs some work, and I'm gonna do some of this interior on camera with you guys. So I'm kind of envisioning a cozy bar and like seating area over here with a big fireplace, and then over here we'll have probably the stairs up, and then maybe like a front desk type sort of thing, and maybe some more seating. And then upstairs we'll have some rooms for people to stay in. So the first kind of thing that I like to do is I like to kind of like section off my rooms and stuff. So I'm gonna put a beam in here, and then I'm thinking that we'll have like a little half wall sort of. So we'll put a beam up this way so that we have this walkway here, and then we'll have another beam going across here like this, and we won't section that off. And then let's put in our fireplace, actually, because that will help give me an idea of how much room we have. We can put it in the middle, but that'll be fine. And then what I can do to do this little like bar area is probably just go along like this. Something like that. What I can do here is I can turn this into a little bit of an archway with the shelves. I think this will look pretty cool. Oh yeah, this looks good. Already this is giving that cozy vibe that I'm kind of going for. Then what we'll do to switch it up a little bit is we'll use oak for the seating. So I probably won't do anything over there, and then we can do table here. Can I fit a table in here? Oh, I can. Oh, this is going to be perfect. I'm thinking over top, maybe we'll just do like some barrels like this. I think that kind of is a good idea. This room here is honestly looking pretty solid. I'm liking how it's coming out. This room needs some work. I think the staircase I'm going to have is going to go up this way like that. We'll have our front desk come across like this with a trapdoor right here so you can get in and out. And then let's go up to the second level and let's just put in the floor. So what I'm thinking of doing here is I'm thinking we'll come up the stairs and we'll have a hallway that goes around this way, like this almost, so that I can make some rooms. Maybe 1, 2, 3 rooms. And then there might honestly be enough room for like an attic, but I might just leave it empty, or I'll put storage up there. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, that'll work. So we have one room here, we have one room here, and we have one room here. So pretty small rooms, but I mean, it's a small house, so it'll work. I'm going to hold off on decorating these rooms that I have here until I go around to all the buildings and do all the interiors like I normally do. I usually just do that on a live stream or something like that. And I think the finishing touch that I want to do down here is I want to add a carpet right here and a little design. So I need to go grab some wool. I think something like this is perfect for this little entrance here. And I think this is where I'm going to leave this build for right now until I come back in and I do some more decorating. Yeah, we'll come back to it for sure, and it'll be fully fledged out once this video is done. But yeah, this build is looking pretty good. I have some horse posts over here for any travelers to hook up their horse while they stay at the inn. And yeah, it's doing the job that I wanted it to do, and it's going to be a focal point for people traveling through our little farming village here. The next thing that I'm going to be working on is going to be this building here and this building here. These two buildings are going to be similar to this building over here. It's going to be a 2-story building, and then right here is going to be an archway across so that you can walk underneath the archway and go up here to a building that we're going to get to at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very special building. Other than that, we have a little tiny building over here, probably just a 1-story house. We also have another small building over here, which will probably also be a smaller house. Just because I don't want to have too many of these big buildings around this little village. I kind of want to save that for the main city over that way. And we also have a small house right here. And that's kind of what the village is going to end up being. Aside from up this way, probably some more fields, maybe another house, maybe a windmill or something. As well as up over here is going to be our lumber mill. And so I still need to get to that as well. And also over here, like, this is a pretty big area. I don't know how big of a lumber mill I'm going to be doing, but we have all this area over here also to work on with fields and houses and stuff. So we have a lot of space to work with. But let's turn our focus to these two buildings over here and possibly some of these other tiny ones as well. And then we'll get to this one sooner rather than later. Let's get to building. I got just a bit carried away, and I have built a few more houses than I said I was going to, and I also made a bunch of flower fields around this building here, and I'm not really sure why I'm keeping this a secret, because it's probably in the thumbnail, but this building here is going to be a church for our little village. Oh, that dog is killing that sheep over there. Oh, it's dead. Oh well. I already have a design for this church, and I really like how it's going to turn out. It's going to just complete the landscape over here, coming down the road, seeing the church in the middle of all these flowers. I think it's going to look awesome. And especially from this view, coming under here and looking up to the church is going to look super epic and just grand. And I've been excited to build this ever since I started this project. And so I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to get to it, and I'm going to build a church for our farming village. Wow, guys, this is seriously one of my favorite builds I think I've ever done, and not because it's like the biggest or the best, but just because it's something that I kind of designed myself and I kind of figured out myself, and I don't know, I just really like how it turned out, and I think that in the grand scheme of this village and this world, man, this is gonna look so awesome, like coming from like over here, coming from the eventual city, like this way, and just seeing the church off in the distance, I think is going to look incredible. Looking down from like up that hill, oh man, yeah, this is going to look good. This is going to be a really good part of our world. And let's go over there right now and check it out. And so the view that we were talking about was coming through here and looking up and seeing the church up here, and you can walk up go on through, and the interior's not done yet, but that's what we're going to be working on right now. Up top there, I used full blocks of glass, so there's not really a way up to the top, which is okay. We don't need a way up there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make, right up here, probably a step up from the rest of the area. Birch is a very light color, and I think that it's going to work well for our church here. And this interior is not going to be crazy. It's going to be nothing revolutionary. I'm going to put a lectern right here. It's going to put this book in there, and I'm going to make some pews going back, and that's going to be it. I mean, maybe I'll do some lighting, maybe some lanterns or something, and the roof kind of needs some work, so I will do that also. Alright, and here we have the simple interior for now, until I decide to change it, of our church. And believe it or not, this is kind of what I had planned for our village. The last thing that I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to go around, I'm going to add in more barrels, more flowers, more leaves and stuff, and more of these, a couple more little trading stalls for the different crops and stuff. I'm going to wax the windows, and I'm just going to add in a bunch more stuff to this area, and then we'll take one more walk through and see what it looks like in the end. One of my goals when starting out this world was to make it as immersive as possible. And I think with the build that I made over there, I've stepped into a whole nother level of immersiveness in our world. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk all the way to the farming village and just immerse ourselves in the world that I'm building. You can go all the way down the path. Here's my starter base that we built in episode 1. I don't really use it too much anymore because I moved all the items, but I do sleep here every now and then. We have our mine down there. We have our nice little pond and enchantment area. We got Cassie. Hi, Cassie. Here, Cassie, you can come with us on our journey. We have our nice little enchantment setup. And we have our forest that we built in episode 2. Actually, while we're here, we can take this off. This is not in order. We still have to do that. A whole lot of work, but we got it done. And we come out here over the bridge into the farming region. And we have these signposts. And if you've made it this far in the video, I want you to comment some names for our village that we made over here, because I want to name all of the different places in my world, and you guys can help with that. And so this farming village needs a name, so think of some names, comment down below. And we have our fields area with our windmill and our houses and stuff, the barn. The little sheep farmers down here, all different colored sheep right now because I needed all the colors. And as we walk over here, we get a little peek of our church, and we can take a turn, and we can go down into the village. And the village, not as lively as I would want it. I think what I might do is I might try to make it so that I can put villagers down here. I think that would be a cool idea. Most of these houses have no interior. This one just has my chests in it that I've been using to build with. But yeah, all these buildings, they still need interiors. We'll get that done eventually. And we go into the town square. We have a beekeeper's shop right here with all the honey. We have a well in the middle of the town. And this is actually functional. I don't have a bucket on me, but I have it so that it's a 3 wide down there. Not revolutionary at all, but I think it's cool that the well actually works. I've been actually using it. And over here we have the inn. Oh, this needs to be flipped up like that. Here's the inn, and this actually has an interior. Over here we have the bar area. I haven't added anything to it yet, but we might in the future. And up here we have some rooms, which are not done either. Common theme is that I haven't done interiors yet. We have a nice little flower shop on this side. Nice little place where you can hook up your horses and your llamas. And we have this guy who's selling all the orange crops, some pumpkins and some carrots. And we have our little fishing hut over here, which is part of the village, even though it's off to the side a little bit. And if we come down here and we go out this way, we have another little shop right here selling some goods. A nice little house right here. We have a field, sunflower field. And we have our little rabbit farmer's house over here. And over here we got a real good view of our church. Let's go check out the church because plot twist, it's my favorite build in in this world so far. And here it is. Walk underneath our little overhang and you look up to the church. Let's go check it out. Even though we just kind of checked it out, but yeah, this is the interior here. Cassie likes it, right, Cassie? Yes. I think that is going to be a perfect place to wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for whoever stayed until the end. If you've stayed until the end, comment down below church. Because, I don't know, if you comment down below church, it means you stayed until the end of the video, and I love you an extra bit more than everyone else. Thank you guys again for watching. This farming village has been awesome to build, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. But this is not the end. Stay tuned until we continue the journey next time. Bye.